my father
What a fucking shitty bit.
took me into. You don't like any of my bits. You guys fucking complain about Kermit the Frog, and now you're complaining about no fucking sandwich. Give me that fucking sandwich.
There are some sandwiches that are so special that they become legend. And second only to the Brood Witch is the mysterious sandwich stolen and eaten by Mumkey Jones, a Subway sandwich made the Manimal way. Let's analyze it. Figure out just what is on that sandwich. By analyzing Manimal and his personality, I believe we can predict with some degree of accuracy what is on Manimal's Subway sandwich.
When the clock strikes 6:30, babe, time to head for golden lights. It's a good time for the great taste dinner at McDonald's. It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, so you get the 9 grain wheat. You get the double turkey.
Right, that sounds pretty good. Actually, it was pretty good because I just ate it. Actually, I already know what's on the sandwich because I just ate one.
I like the provolone cheese. It's pretty good. They're gonna ask if you want it toasted. I'm not a big fan of that because then the bread gets all hard and crumbly.
God. So we got the 9 grain wheat.
Yep.
You got the double turkey.
Got the double turkey.
You get the provolone cheese.
I switched it up between provolone cheese, American cheese, pepper jack. Kind of how I'm feeling that day.
Okay, and
pretty loosey goosey.
But
with that one.
you don't toast it because then the bread gets all crumbly. I think
You're starting to get it.
Okay.
Catching on.
So then after that, you want to go with the lettuce for one of the vegetables.
Yeah.
You want to go with the Subway vinaigrette
Sure.
for one of your sauces. However, as far as the other vegetables go, we don't know. It's still one of the secrets of mankind. It's one of
The world may never. It's one of the 7 wonders.
one of the 7 world may never know.
So here we have it, as also compiled in the comments on one of the videos. 9 grain honey oat, footlong. Double turkey for the meat. Usually provolone for the cheese, although occasionally Manimal will mix it up. He includes some lettuce for that little bit of crunch. He's got to get that Subway vinaigrette as one of his sauces. But the rest of the sub remains a mystery. So what do we know about Manimal? Well, we know that Manimal is a healthy guy who likes to work out a lot. So we know that Manimal gets double turkey because A, he likes a lot of meat, and B, he needs a lot of protein for all that working out he does. But healthy living, that's just not about the protein. Cause you also gotta have the nutrition of a decent bit of vegetables. So, what fruits and vegetables does Manimal put on his Subway sandwich? I'm gonna start with something very obvious. I am confident that Manimal gets tomatoes on his Subway sandwich. Why is that? Well, not only are tomatoes helpful, and by helpful, I mean helpful in keeping your sandwich a good balance between moist and dry with their juicy goodness. They also have good nutrition to them, and I'm pretty sure basically everyone gets them on their Subway sandwiches. Even very generic catered Subway comes with tomatoes on it. Another common ingredient that I believe Manimal most likely gets on his Subway sandwich is pickles. Because pickles are, again, delicious and just add to the balance of the sandwich in such a perfect way. And given that Manimal loves Subway vinaigrette, he must also enjoy pickles for their similarly vinegary taste. And along that same line, I think Manimal gets yellow mustard and regular mayonnaise. Both of these have a little bit of tang to them that complements that aforementioned flavor just right. And they're also very, very popular and on almost any Subway sub you ever find. They're included with the aforementioned catering options because they're so popular. So why does Manimal get regular mayonnaise? Well, Manimal's a down-to-earth guy, and regular mayonnaise suits that to a T. But also, he doesn't bother with that light mayonnaise because Manimal works out all the time, and he doesn't need to. He wants that full flavor. Now back into the category of fruits and vegetables, two that I'm not as sure about, but still am somewhat confident that he probably gets at least sometimes, are black olives and banana peppers. These two have a little bit of a tang and vinegariness like the Subway vinaigrette and just play into that flavor in a really nice way. And then I also think that Manimal probably at least sometimes gets cucumbers as well. Cucumbers will smooth out all the flavors and blend them together, as well as add to that crunch that Manimal likes from the lettuce. So with a little bit of lettuce and a little bit of cucumber, Manimal gets just the right amount of crunch in his sub. And that does it. I think that covers everything that Manimal gets on his sub, because Manimal probably doesn't want to overcomplicate things too much. So with just a few fruits and vegetables and just a few sauces, I think we've decoded the Manimal way. Although turkey is really not my favorite type of sandwich meat, Manimal's sub does sound pretty good to me. However, I do have one major criticism of Manimal's sub. Manimal, please let me know at some point, why don't you get the 9-grain honey oat? 9-grain honey oat is exactly the same thing as the regular wheat bread that you like, except it's just that little bit better with that little bit of garnish on top of it. It's got that little bit of extra chewiness and that little bit of sweetness. Oh, it makes it so good. I get it almost every time. So if I'm to give one bit of criticism for Manimal's sub, without of course knowing the final formulation for sure, I gotta say, get that 9-grain honey oat, Manimal. And to the audience as well, make sure you get 9-grain honey oat if you're doing wheat, because really there's no reason not to. Regular wheat, that's boring. Make it 9-grain honey oat. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a big fat dislike if you hated this, or if you liked what I did here, you know, you can hit like. Check out some of my other crap too.